Give you all of my attention. It's straight shots, so just raising with you guys. Sticking the knife and left it to this massage. Better yet, turn that shit off. Cause I love it. Hold on, let me see if I got an echo. Let me know if I got an echo. I think I cleared it. I don't know. I was trying to, let me see something here. I'm gonna play this song. Let me just finish playing this song. Maybe I'll play it low in the background. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Drop down if I echo and let me know if I close all the other windows. All right, bet. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I do. Okay, shit. Okay, thank you for your patience. I think I got it. I had to go to my let me see, video comments. Da, 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 da. Okay, I think we good to go now. We shouldn't have an echo. I swear, boy, Windows 10 is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. All right, y'all. I gotta get myself situated. So let me just see, make sure I don't have an echo no more. I'll switch the songs. So just give me a second. Oh, I like this song right here. Here we go. I'll be right back. Said I just popped in from around distress, and I wasn't really pressed till I seen how my girl walked. And it's crazy that she looking at your ass. So she funny hopping. I'm forgetting every bit of my stress. I just wanna get my girl locked in. For the night, baby, take away the pressure. Hold up, she says, hold up. Why you playing? Put your phone up. I already rolled up. Told her we was having problems, but tonight's kinda solved up. I want to leave you alone. I said not so. I said, my baby, I can't let you go. I want to leave you alone. My body said not so. Here's the girl, baby, when your body wants what it wants, so you gotta give in. What's up? Good morning. Oh, you know you gotta give in. Gotta give in. That booty pop, that booty pop. And she know how to put the thing on me, yes, she keep it enticing. And if she want me to stop, she had to say, that's right. See, I ain't always been serious about that.
Come through.
Just say please.
We're gonna talk about some things.
Hold up, she say, hold up.
Hey.
Why you playing? Put your phone up. I already rolled up. Thought that we having problems, but tonight kinda soft. Leave you alone. What's in my soul? Baby, I can't let you go. Leave you alone. What's in my soul? Baby, when you wants what it wants, you gotta give in.
Somebody wants what he wants.
You gotta give in.
Good morning.
Gotta give in. To leave you alone. I wanna give in. And not so. You wanna give in, yeah. Baby, I wanted to leave you alone. What I wanted. And not so. Yeah. Baby, when your body wants what it wants, you gotta give in. Baby, you gotta give. I gotta give you.
This shit is
No
so
kind of
fire.
pain, no kind of hurt that we wouldn't get through. When your body been craving, what your body been craving. Baby, you're my safe haven. This thing that we got is amazing.
Everybody wants what he wants.
And your body's feeding. No matter what it is, don't you know you gotta feed it? And I'm so hungry, yeah. Why you? Whatever it is, I'ma give it for you. Whatever it is, I'ma give it for you.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. You must be 18 years or older to participate. Please feel free to drop down, hit the link or whatever you may do. I've just been chilling, Bougieville. I've been doing me, just relaxing my mind, working on the channel, putting poll questions out, the whole 9 yards, y'all. Staying away from the drama. Don't feel like the drama. Hey, Michael, what's up, Poppy Chulo? Got you on Sunday type of shit. Yeah, I just been chilling, Mike. I ain't really been doing much of nothing. I was expecting to talk about Roe v. Wade yesterday. I did a little bit on Lovey Love's channel. That was pretty dope. But this, you're welcome to another segment on the app. Roe v. Wade is women's rights, women's rights and LGBTQ rights up for grabs now. Absolutely. While we up here talking about dumb shit, they may start looking at all the legal precedents that have been set, okay? Such as gay marriage, contraceptives, things like that. I'm gonna read some stuff to y'all, put some stuff on your mind, Bougie Bill, instead of nonsense, drama, and bullshit. Okay? All day long, we sit here and talk about nonsense, stuff that's not gonna make a difference. And while we doing this, the country is divided. Okay, half of the country can now half of the states in the United States of America, you can't go get an abortion. So that means that if a rape victim gets raped in certain states, and it started in Mississippi in the South, in the Bible Belt states. So I've been following this very closely. And one thing I haven't heard anybody talk about, is Justice Thomas, okay? And what he wrote in his writings. So Roe v. Wade has been overturned. I understand that's what's going on. We may have and that's the right for a woman to have an abortion, and it's the right for the states now can say yes or no. So you have, like I said, half the country divided. It's going to cause an influx of people going to get abortions from out of state. This is heavy. It's heavy because women's rights now aren't the same anymore. Women's rights have been set back 50 years. 50 years, 50 years, 50 years. And that's problematic in itself. And then now what they're trying to do, because remember, it was leaked. Don't forget that the writings were leaked. So let's not forget how this happened, okay? Let me see what you're saying here. Planned Parenthood commercialization of fetal tissue is not a new practice. The utilization of fetal cells for abortions in the pharmaceutical industry is common. Oh, wow. I learned something new. Planned Parenthood commercialization of fetal tissue is not a new... Wow. Thank you for that information. I have to research that, which I don't mind. I'm bothered right now because after the ruling, this is the morning after, so to speak. Thomas calls for listen to this. This is ramifications. The floodgates are just about to open, y'all, on our human rights. Thomas calls for overturning precedents on contraceptives, LGBTQ rights. Justin Clarence Thomas sits doing a group photo, blah, 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 okay? Wait a minute. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas on Friday called for overturning the constitutional rights the court had affirmed for access to contraceptives and LGBTQ rights in an opinion concurring with the majority to decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. Good morning, Ms. Red. So now, in his separate opinion, Thomas acknowledged that Friday's decision in Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Organization does not directly affect any rights besides abortion. But he argues that the Constitution's due process clause does not secure a right to an abortion or any other substantive rights. And he urged the court, listen to this, he urges the court to apply the reasoning to other landmark cases. Thomas wrote, in future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and it's pronounced Obergefell, okay? Obergefell. Since Justice Samuel Alito's draft majority opinion overturning Roe was leaked earlier this year, Democrats and liberal activists have warned that the conservative majority would soon turn its attention to other rights that the court has affirmed. The three cases Thomas mentioned are all landmark decisions establishing certain constitutional rights. In Griswold versus Connecticut, the court ruled in 1965 that married couples have a right to access contraceptive. So in 2003, the court said in Lawrence v. Texas that states could not outlaw consensual gay sex. And the court's 2015 decision in Obergefell versus Hodges established a constitutional right to same-sex marriage. So Supreme Court Justice Thomas is trying to, so now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned, now they're petitioning courts in their writings, okay, to overturn gay marriage, our right to have contraceptives, okay? This is crazy. Married couples have a right to access contraceptives. Can you imagine being married and not be able to freaking be on birth control as a woman? Can you imagine being in the LGBT community and being set back? It's 2022 right now? Because that was in 2015. So now you got 7 years. They're trying to take us way back. This is crazy. All of these justices, these conservative justices, they're Republicans. I do believe so. Y'all, this is going to be the start of a bunch of mess. You're going to have red and blue states arguing. It's almost, to me, And how does it affect Black women? Economics, 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 economics. So what happens is that if, I'm going to put this out there, do we want the government to have a right to tell us whether or not we can keep our baby or not keep our babies? Because if you say that, hey, let it just be, should the government be involved in your personal choices in life? Well, 6 in one half a dozen another. If you want government subsidies, okay, like the states, each state, you have a right to your Social Security, you have a right to the welfare system. If you're willing to give all that up, then that would be yes. These are questions that are just going through my. I'm not a pro on this. I don't pretend to be a pro on it. I just know that economics plays a role in so much. Yeah, it's very messed up, and I want to hear your opinion on it. Because now that this has happened, it makes it easier for the Supreme Court to overturn other landmark cases, not just abortion. When I say we've been set back 50 years as women, we have been set back 50 years as women. But no, you guys want to talk about dumb shit on the internet in our sector instead of, not you all per se, I'm talking about other people. That's why I'm not really interested, okay? This is a time where we really need to be studying and watching the news and listening to the news, seeing what's going on, because you may have an influx. I don't know how many women get an abortion every day, but I know one thing: if I'm in a state that outlaws it, that's a problem. Do you know the states that are outlawing abortion? Hey, Triple L. Okay, so and then now they want to go back and overturn same-sex marriages. That's the it's pronounced Agrafel, or maybe Agrafel. I think the B is silent. Agrafel. Agrafel versus Hodges. I think the B may be silent chalk. And that was a court decision in 2015 that made it legal for same-sex couples to get married. Okay. This is liberal, man. This is crazy. So it goes on to say, while Thomas's comments outline the worst case scenario for the majority's liberal critics, it's unclear whether the other conservative justices are willing to go as far as the court's most senior member. Thomas is definitely a senior member. Alito stressed in the majority opinion that his reasoning applies only to abortion, and rejected any assertion that the rationale in Dobbs could extend to Griswold, Lawrence, and Agrafel. Nothing in this opinion should be understood to cast doubt on precedents that do not concern abortion. I think that's a bunch of crap. Okay. Yes. Now listen to this. This is interesting. The 3 members of the court's liberal wing, Justice Stephen Breyer, Alana Kagan, and Sonia Sotomayor, rejected the assurance in their dissent, saying the majority's willingness to overturn the landmark decades-old decisions leaves other precedents vulnerable. That's important. Other legal precedents are now up for being overturned. I'm just scrolling through this article really quick, y'all. Wow. The right Roe and Casey recognized does not stand alone. To the contrary, the court has linked it for decades to other settled freedoms involving body integrity, family relationships, and procreation. Most obviously, the right to terminate pregnancy arose straight out of the right to purchase and use contraception. In turn, those rights led more recently to rights of same-sex intimacy and marriage. They are all part of the same constitutional fabric, protecting autonomous decision-making over the most personal of life decisions. These are our life decisions, y'all. I don't even need to read anymore. These are our life decisions that the government is now trying to control. Let me see what y'all writing on here. What do you all think about this? Should have been overturned. It started in Mississippi. Plan B. Okay. Now look, ooh, misread. If they overturn the right to use contraceptives, then the plan B goes away. You see where they going with this bull crap? Oh yeah, Michael. I can tell you where you can go to research this. Just go to thehill.com. HILL. They're really good. They're definitely a good political publication. Let me see what y'all writing up in here. And I'm gonna drop the link again. What else? Let's see. Okay, Triple L said, what else will women give up? How much have women gave up? Giving up your body to a man in the bedroom is your choice, right? Take the power back. Yeah. Well. Ooh. I see where you're going with this, Triple. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. Hey, Sharika, that makes sense to me. Taking your power back, boycott their sex. Now, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. If you want to tell us what to do with our damn body, then we're going to tell you can't have nothing on our body. You can look, but you can't touch. Procreation. And you know what, Triple? Come through with the intellectual ability to think. Okay? Because if we, as women, all clink, okay? Well, it would definitely put a damper on procreation, which then will affect the military, because in fact the population will go down. But can we miss the question? The body sometimes wants what the body wants, but can we do it? That would actually, if we did a protest as women, that means none of them would be getting anything. That means that the population would go down. That would mean that the military would be at risk, because when they're looking at the Census Bureau, they're looking at how the population, the Generation X's and all that stuff, how that's going to affect us in the future. They're definitely counting right now the generation, I don't know, Generation X, Y, whatever, the millennials, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, it's the millennials, I do believe, Triple L. Hey, babe, how you doing? Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't want to take too much of your time today, but I wanted to put something on your mind because I want you all to pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. This is just the beginning, I do believe. Hold on 1 second, Triple. There you go. Hey, Triple L, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Let me turn off the thing.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to get my Bluetooth to work.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Can you give me like a few minutes? I just want to go refreshing my cup of coffee real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. I want to put chat while I'm going to get my coffee. What is your thoughts on the title of this show? And also, okay, no problem, Triple. Fix your mic. I'll be right back. And our other rights. This is just the beginning. I'm telling y'all, this is just the beginning. We are now a country divided. 50 years we've been set back.
Bye, Mama.
I'm here, Triple L. I'm just brewing me another cup of coffee. I won't be much longer. Okay. All right. I should have had this prepared. Next time I will be more prepared.
Okay.
Next time I'll be more prepared. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. Good morning, Angie. Girl, Angie, we talk about some things today. While they up here worrying about dumb stuff on this internet, okay? You looking at Justice Clarence Thomas, old raggedy ass, up here trying to take gay marriage away, other civil liberties. They trying to set all types of precedents, okay? These people are looking at
He better
this
worry
too.
about his health. He better worry
Huh?
about his health. He better worry
Okay.
about his health.
Why you say that? He need to worry about
I don't know nothing about.
himself. Exactly.
Is it even gonna be enough time for him to vote? I'm shady this morning.
You on one this morning, Triple L. You on one. I don't blame you. My body
I
is
don't know
my
when
body.
somebody gonna die.
But how you gonna start? You know, this is bad. Look up postnatal abortion. What? Let me look that up real quick, Angie. I mean, Miss Red, my bad. Postnatal abortion. I think Triple L can't. You got something. That's something to what you said. Postnatal abortion. What does that mean? Okay. What is that?
Yeah, your audience probably knows a whole lot of stuff.
After birth abortions. Why should the baby live? Let me see. Okay, boycott.
Somebody was just on my butt. Why they do that? Get on your butt. I just came out of my neighborhood.
You did what?
Somebody was on my butt. I just came out of my neighborhood.
Euthanasia and newborn infant. Okay. Euthanasia and newborn. Okay. Is it this? Wow. Euthanasia in newborn infants. Children are occasionally born with such serious disorders that termination of life is regarded as the best option. Wow. Wow, Miss Red. Brown Beauty World. And that's my whole point, Brown Beauty World. It's way more to this Roe v. Wade overturning. We're about to see a change in climate.
Well, can we talk about population control a little bit?
Right. Remember when China, y'all? Remember China? How China Dynasty, when you couldn't have, but you can keep two, if you had two girls? You remember that? It was. I think it was you had.
Oh,
in
you could
China.
only have a certain amount.
Yeah. Hey, Friday. That part, y'all.
It's something about this population control. What I'm saying about the boycotting your sex, women need to get together. It may not happen, but at least it's an idea. Get groups, start the conversation all around the country. I was listening to Suicida yesterday. That you better subscribe to Suicida. Suey.
Who's Suey? Oh, Suey. Okay, in the black sector. Yeah, the black.
He's very knowledgeable. I recommend bringing him on your channel if you can.
Yeah, Suey, he's a good person. I like Suey. I've been following him for a few years. Well, no, at least since last year. I've been following Suey. Hey, Freddie. Hey, y'all.
He was talking about basically women need to take the power back, and they got all the power, and that men, a lot of times, even in the beefing and stuff, men they play a small role, and the women got all the power. They just don't know it.
Yeah, that is
Let's see.
true. That is true. That is true.
So
That
population
means a
control
lot.
when it
Can
comes
you
to
imagine
this.
if we took our power? That is the best solution, I think. Okay,
It seems
if
a
the
little
problem,
shady to
but
take
if we
back the sex,
right,
but
think about
why do
that.
you
That's
think it's
dope.
important? I think because of what was it called in the Martin Luther King time?
Civil rights.
Civil rights. Well, we're back at it again. We lost again. We win some, we lose some. It keeps on happening over and over and over. And then you had the orange man. He's been sticking his neck back in there, and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I haven't been keeping up with his criminal trial at all. He may just get away with it. I don't know.
You had the Hey, Mona and Freddie, we're good. We're good. Um, this is all Trump. This is all Trump era bullshit. This is all Trump. All
Yeah,
them
he
justice.
put those judges in. He put them
Yeah,
in,
exactly.
three of them.
He want to keep his name relevant. So you got the insurrection. They still haven't gotten through that. I mean, that was horrible. That was a horrible. And then you got this, this leaked writing. Okay, this leaked writing. The question is, how far are we going to go down this damn rabbit hole? What? And see, you made a good point though. That whoever says that, I'm laughing at Freddie. I
Yeah,
got
because
you.
you said y'all said all day long. I've listened to all the videos that men don't have babies, and they made up their minds to stop this in that direction.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
it it sounded almost cheesy to me, but I got to thinking about it, and it made sense. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you're growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a man, uh, you don't have to deal with those things. Now you would have to deal with like uh, when you're growing up and you're like promiscuous and you're learning life and everything. You probably would maybe choose pro-choice. I chose pro-choice years ago,
Right.
and now I'm leaning towards pro-life because I'm older now to make better decisions.
But you think
No,
that
no, 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 no. I'm
should,
sorry. I said that wrong. I said that wrong. I'm
okay.
just, I'm not even in the conversation. I don't have, I'm leaning more towards pro choice. I'm sorry. I said the wrong
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. It sounded like you were pro-choice of it in pro-life.
Confused because, for one, if you go back when
Mm,
I was younger, the conversation was almost irrelevant to me.
yeah.
And the reason why it could be relevant is because you got to make a choice. The country decided that they had religion, and then they had telling a woman what they couldn't do. And I'm
Right.
sitting here on the sidelines growing up like, where do I come into this?
But you
Maybe you
see
can
what
answer
I'm gonna
that
tell you
question.
where you come
Good
in. So
morning, y'all.
good morning, Mona. To answer your question, where you come
Well,
into
y'all
this,
ain't gonna like me this morning.
okay, is that now they try to impose on who can be married and who cannot be married.
What if
Now
what
they
if I wasn't gay? What if I wasn't gay? Where would it come in?
well contraceptives, okay, the right to use
Yeah.
contraceptives. They're meddling in your personal choice to use
Yeah.
contraceptives. I'm assuming the contraceptives go both
Good
ways.
morning.
You see,
let me know when I can speak so I can go ahead and get this on from the black community, the gay community, and whatever.
okay, you got come on it. You got the floor. You definitely got the floor. You guys,
Can
yeah.
you talk a little bit about population control, Mona, too?
Eugenics. Um, so hold on. Sorry about that. So
Okay.
here's why I think it. Now I have to preface it with this. All right, this is just me trying to think outside the box, be a
Mm,
critical thinker, and play devil's advocate. It doesn't. What I'm about to say is not necessarily my personal feelings, but just me trying to have a deeper understanding because I want to make sure that I'm not having a knee-jerk reaction to versus Wade and just agreeing with the majority of folk that we've always agreed with. So,
mm,
and I admittedly have to do more research. So these questions that I'm asking, I may not have the answers to. So y'all, the audience panel, y'all might have to do your own research. But this is the first thing, one of the first things I asked myself was, what did Roe versus Wade actually protect? What rights did it give us? Now,
mm.
I only know a few, but if I'm not mistaken, Roe versus Wade was the constitutional right for contraceptive and women to be able to terminate pregnancies, right?
Just to terminate pregnancy, it didn't have to do contraceptives. Are now they're writing the language to overturn
Right.
the contraceptive.
So without Roe versus Wade, is termination of pregnancy and contraceptive criminal? Is it criminalized? Will we be penalized if there's no protection for it? Are we going to go to jail if we do it? As far as
Mm,
I know, it's not against the law for people to have an abortion, and that may very well be for the constitutional protection. But I think most people are under the perception that they will not be able to have an abortion at all. But you also have to consider when the government tells us we have a constitutional right to do something or an inalienable right, a human right, that means
mm,
that these services should be available to any and all people, even the financially impoverished. So if you are unable to receive these services and are in need of these services but can't afford it, our government will actually fund them. So y'all
right.
remember growing up how we had like the neighborhood service centers, and y'all know the little health clinics where you go, girls can get birth control, they can get
Mm-hmm.
condoms, you can get prescriptions for your STDs, you can
Yeah.
get a voucher to go get an abortion if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that abortions can cost anywhere from about $15,000, $30,000 and upwards, depending on the medical condition?
No, I
Because
didn't.
it is a constitutional right. That means that the government is funding the abortions. That means that us as the taxpayers are funding the abortions. Now,
Wow.
I'm sure it's only like a few cents out of our taxes, so it really ain't much per person. But when a young lady has to make such a tough decision to terminate her pregnancy, she goes to pay her $350. That's only like 10% of the total cost. And because it's a constitutional right, the state and local government has to make those services available for even the poor, as well as contraceptives, as well as condoms, as well as the education, as well as the whole system. That's billions of dollars a year in taxpayer money that is going towards abortion, contraceptives, things of that nature. And I'm grateful because if it wasn't for the neighborhood service center, maybe I wouldn't have had contraceptives. Maybe I would have had more pregnancies. Maybe I wouldn't even want to been able to, have a healthy baby and things of that nature. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, what is it that they're taking away? And it seems like to me, they're trying to take away the funding. So that means that people who can't afford it will probably have to come out of their own pocket, or they're going to have to have these babies. Now, my heart breaks when it comes to people that have been victims of rape, and that's how they got pregnant. They want to terminate the pregnancy. I feel like it's every woman's right. And don't take away the father's right. I feel like fathers should have a say so in it, but that's too much like right on whether or not the pregnancy gets terminated. So now, if it's completely removed and Congress doesn't step in, if you need an abortion, guess what? You got to pay for it yourself. Now, I don't know about y'all. I am still of childbearing age, but I think that we enable a society when we constantly take care of their problems for them. Now, this is not the norm, or at least I hope it's not the norm. But I know some girls that I had 5 and 6 abortions. I know girls with the mindset that if I get pregnant, I'm gonna go ahead. You know, I know some people that delve in risky behavior because they can, because the government got their back. And I promise you, I'm not a Trump supporter. I ain't with none of that shit. Matter of fact, I don't even
Hey,
like
Mona,
politics at all.
are they attacking the sale of it mainly, or are they attacking period?
The government funding, as far as I know, is what they're attacking. Now you could still sell contraceptives, you could still get them. You just gonna have to pay for out of your pocket, like cosmetic surgery. And quite frankly, when it comes to the government being in my bedroom, I don't mind separation between law and religion, spirituality, separation between the government and my bedroom. I'm fine with that. I'll take it a step further. Everybody's talk about gay marriage finna be stripped away. Strip away all marriages. Because
Right.
the government ain't doing nothing but monetizing our fucking relationships. Your marriage ain't got shit to do with that civil piece of paper. That's a civil agreement. Go get married in your churches, in your temples, in your synagogues, on the street, jump the broom, whatever you got to do. The government shouldn't be sitting up there collecting all this taxation off your divorce for you to leave a motherfucker. Somebody got to tell you it's okay. If I want to leave this motherfucker, I'm going to leave this motherfucker. They shouldn't be able to say, well, you can't get married to you can get married. They shouldn't be able to
Right.
tell
That
me that I
part.
can't have both a husband and a wife. That ain't the government's business. And maybe I'm just saying this because I'm a little bit more financially stable than some my age, but if I get pregnant, that's my business. If I want to terminate that pregnancy, as long as you're not criminalizing me, then I'll do that. Hopefully, I won't be in a position where I need the government to have my back on a miscarriage. I'm sorry, on a termination or something like that. But there are now, like I said, I know some people really can't afford it. Some people really shouldn't. I am pro-choice because I feel like some people at certain parts in their life really don't need to be having no babies right now. But I don't want to pretend like I think that the government should pay for everything, because pretending like the government should pay for everything means that I'm pretending like it's okay for me to pay for everything. And I'm not the monitor of y'all vaginas. Y'all take care of
That,
your own self. I mean, I
that part.
just feel like the money could be allocated. Of course, they're gonna fuck it up and they're gonna put it in wars and shit like that. And it's all a stepping stone and process. But the billions of dollars that we spend on contraceptive, abortions, handling people's small problems, the billions of dollars that we spend at war and things of that nature, we need to stop that. We trillions of dollars in debt to motherfucking Asia, to China, and steady on our goddamn self. We got a mismanagement and fund. We need to get a black grandma in office so she can work out this pocketbook. Because too much is going too many places. And for most people, it's an emotional response. You're having an emotional appeal. You're saying, oh no, they're taking away a woman's rights. No, the fuck they ain't. They ain't made it criminal. You still got the right to do what you want to do. You just gonna have to pay for it yourself.
That's true. And this is the part that we need to research. I'm glad
And
you
I
mentioned
might be missing some things out, y'all. So be in the comments.
it.
I'm interested in teaching and
Yeah,
learning. So
and
let me
you
I'm
can
know.
go to
telling you,
other states.
type of abortion bans. Listen to this.
What
This
is
is
it, North Carolina, that
information.
banned abortion?
This is
And you
critical.
know what you do to shit like that? Hold on, Dre. Let me say this real quick. Because I know, because I bet Georgia be one of the first motherfuckers to ban abortions. But let me tell you what you do.
Georgia
It is
got a
your civil right to live where the fuck you want to live. If the state got some backwards, wonky ass laws, leave that motherfucker. They don't
yeah.
need your tax dollars. Stop supporting motherfuckers that don't support you. Go somewhere where it's friendly at, where the shit you like to do is accepted. Stop forcing these backwards ass people to accept your way and forcing them to change, because they don't really change. They
That
get more
part.
subtle and sneaky about it. They still don't like you. I
So you'll
wouldn't be
be
in
able
that
to have
goddamn
one in
state
like
no
New
way.
York or somewhere.
Let me.
Of
What this
course.
is?
And you know LA. You know
You
LA
gotta.
ain't I mean California ain't finna stop a bitch from getting an abortion.
If y'all don't, if we as a community, okay, and a race of people, whether you black male, black woman, or both, I don't care. If you are of melanated skin, you better start researching the law. Right now, the abortion bans, there's four types. There's a full ban in effect, okay? There's a pre-roll ban. There's a, you hear them on the news talking about a trigger ban, okay? And a 6-week ban on abortion. Some states have multiple types of laws to ban or severely limit access to abortion. For the purpose of this map, I got the map already pulled up. The strongest ban takes precedence. So, for example, okay, in states with 6-week bans not yet in effect, these bans are challenged in state courts and or pending resolution with state's attorney
Can
general. So you're going to see an influx of state laws changing. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, and trust, that's why it's important to vote in your primaries, not only for the fake ass president who really ain't got no goddamn power. You need to be careful of who you send to Congress, who's on the Senate, who's your mayor, who's your governor, because those laws are directly impacting you. Brown Beauty had a good comment. She said, we as Black women are the least protected and or acknowledged in society, and this will affect us the most. You know why? Because we ain't got our shit together. It's time to literally step our proverbial pussy up. It makes no sense why we still out here getting pregnant from these whack ass niggas when you know you ain't want the baby anyway. It
Oh,
makes no sense that we
I
making
hate that.
decisions, being enabled to sit and do the same fuck ups over and over again. It makes me want to cry when I see a girl whose mother and grandmother and great grandmother was on welfare. Like those type of cycles and repeating that cycle is not great at all for our community. I don't want our community to be enabled. Welfare, Christ, the church, the organized church, not spirituality by itself. Welfare, Christ and crack are the greatest detriments to the Black community. Stop
okay.
enabling us. We're gonna survive. We strong. We can do it ourselves, but as long as we're enabled, we're not going to. That the excuse should never be, well, I'm gonna go sign up for welfare, or I know the government gonna pay for the rest of my abortion. No, we need to make better decisions. We need to take control. We need to educate our daughters.
Yeah.
We
We
need to
cannot have
help you. We need to act like the tribe that we
welfare.
are.
I agree. I agree.
But
The
you're right,
tribe,
it will affect us because we ain't got our shit together. And we need to get our
okay?
shit together. And maybe this will make us get our shit together. I don't know.
You never know. I mean, that's a viable point. That's a very good point, Mona. We shouldn't have generations, great grandmother, grandmother, daughter, and then the daggone nieces, thinking it's okay to be on substance.
Without
Well,
imagine those minds that if they applied themselves in life, imagine what they can give back to the community.
and then you made a good point. If you don't like this, if the state, like for example, Texas has already pulled the trigger. It is illegal in Texas. They've been waiting for Roe v. Wade to overturn. It's one
And
of them
every Negro need to leave that motherfucker and let
need to
Texas figure it out
out.
on its own.
I'm gonna
Bounce.
tell y'all the
That's how
state:
you let them know how y'all feel. Leave. All y'all be talking about,
Oklahoma,
but I'm comfortable here. My
Louisiana.
family here. Well, y'all ain't real activists because I wouldn't give a fuck. Let Georgia, as much as I love Atlanta, let Georgia do some crazy ass shit that's gonna outlaw me. I'm out of this bitch. I don't give a
Mm.
fuck. Y'all don't want to be uncomfortable in life. Y'all want to be
All
too
these Bible
comfortable.
Belt states, all
Fuck
these Bible Belt
Texas.
states either got a ban in effect or a trigger ban. They pulled a trigger. A trigger ban is they've been waiting
Mhm.
to meddle in our
What
personal
saddens me is that we as a people, and when I say sad, like I mean that to my heart. Like I'm not saying sad like out of judgment, but we as a people, we sit around the urban community, the Black community, people of color, and poor people, one and the same. We sit around here and wait for somebody else to make decisions for us. We are so reactive. We are not proactive. We should have been moving past it towards this change. We should have been educating our daughters. We should have been
life.
telling our sons, like I told my sons growing up, be careful where you drop your seed at, son. Helping them become wiser in the mind and not just working to fix something reactionary instead of being proactionary. Like we
Yeah.
need to do better. And it's gonna be more shit that's gonna change and make our life uncomfortable. Don't be
That
afraid to
part.
get uncomfortable first.
You better get prepared because this is preparation is key. Hey, real life for Anthony Manil, how you doing? The court's ruling in Dodd versus Jackson's in the Health effectively overturned the precedent set by
Positivity.
1973 Supreme Court ruling in Roe v. Wade, which affirmed that a woman has a right to seek an abortion up until the point that the fetus could be viable outside the uterus. Listen to this. It opened the way for states to enact many laws that were previously tied up in court and to pass new ones. So please pay attention to your state laws and legislation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mona, you made a really good point about the voting. Okay, this is where now your vote is going to make a difference. You have to pay attention to who you're voting for.
Your local primaries. If you don't know who your senator is, who y'all got going up to Congress speaking on y'all behalf, if you ain't going to them meetings, meeting them people, you ain't a real activist. Shut up. You're a
And let me
YouTuber or a Google scholar. Like
that part.
get active for real. They ain't playing. They don't give a fuck about our life. They're gonna do whatever. And they can't. Get active.
This is crazy. So that it's going to be right
Y'all
or
gonna
wet.
get me assassinated. I'm trying to
Trigger
tell you
warnings.
without telling you.
Okay? The trigger ban applies throughout pregnancy. It does not have a gestational age, meaning it's you don't the weeks of pregnancy, like 2 weeks,
But
3 weeks,
Tima,
4 weeks, yeah, 16
a,
weeks.
lo-
It don't have no age.
a,
As
a
of
lot
Friday, huh? I just
black
tell you that.
cohosh, black cohosh, black cohosh.
Okay, and that's another
I'm
thing.
not a
Exactly.
doctor. I'm just saying,
We have to
research it.
research. Yeah, and that's the old school way. And then you're gonna have back alley abortions now. Women's lives are going to be put at risk now because you don't have a medical doctor. Okay, and then it's economics again. Think about it. If I lived in Texas and I couldn't have an abortion, the closest place I'm going to get an abortion is going to be New Mexico or
So let me ask you this. If you need an
Carolina.
abortion, I mean, if you live in Texas and you know abortions are illegal, are you going to be a little bit more careful with your sexual practices? I mean, not
One,
excluding people that
Right.
are raped. Ain't that's going to
one would
make you
think
say, bitch,
How
I ain't
much
put on
are
the
women
rubber.
gonna sit back and take? Um, I
Right.
was
Why is
talking
you
about this
accidentally getting
yesterday.
pregnant anyway? Like, no,
one
I know
would think
condoms pop or whatever, but if you don't want no baby from that nigga, maybe you shouldn't be laying down with people that you can't take the risk because it's a risk.
it's a risk. Now one would think, but the kids that are 15 years old that or 14, I mean, sex has gotten earlier and earlier and earlier with these millennials.
Has it
Okay,
gotten earlier though? Because my grandma had her
yes,
first baby
yes,
at 13. I
So
think
what
the
they about to
difference is
say?
the stereotype that black men don't stay and black men are don't take care of their kids. That's a stereotype, by the way. It's not true. I think that stereotype is echoed larger through society, but women been having kids young. In fact, they used to have them much younger. They was getting married by 13, 14. That's why they had to create that law
exactly.
to stop from people getting married so young. Now you got to be 18, but or create that law. But I think I don't know if teen pregnancy has gone up or down, but it just seems to
So we'll find
fluctuate a
out.
little bit through society. People still be having you always gonna have those ones that's gonna be fertile early, gonna get out there early, be grown and stuff like that.
Let's look it
But we
up.
can educate those.
Please tip the host. Thank you. This is an unmonetized channel. It would be greatly appreciated if you can and will donate. There is a cash shop right there, Diamond Dory 007. I appreciate your time. Okay, let's see if let's see a teen pregnancy, Mona and Triple L, because that's teenage pregnancy. Mm. Let's see if it's on the rise or not. The U.S. teen birth rates per 1,000 female ages 15 to 19 years has been declining since 1991. Uh-oh.
What I
Teen
just
birth
told
rate.
you. I ain't even know them damn results, but you sometimes you just gotta think outside the box.
Mm-hmm. But listen to this now. That is
Mm-hmm.
because of contraceptives, too. If they,
Oh
Justice
yeah, of
Clarence
course.
Thomas is talking about removing contraceptives.
No,
Okay?
not they're not talking about criminalizing contraceptives. They're talking about things like birth control that your insurance
Right.
currently pays for. They're not going to require that your insurance company definitely. Remember with the government, it's
Okay.
almost all about money. The problem is we be arguing emotions with people about money. For them it's logic and money. It's where the money going.
That's
They
it.
want more money to go where they want to go and not to everybody else. But we acting emotional. We saying, "But what about my rights?" No, nigga, let's show them how it's financially beneficial to do
Right.
XYZ. But that's why they trying to get rid of all kind of social services and things of that nature. Because they want more money to fund their wars.
And they're saying that the predominant reason for teenage pregnancy is basically education.
That is
Education.
part of it too. It
Yeah.
absolutely is. And we need to
Okay.
continue to educate.
You need, and I think so exactly. Wow. You know, this
Remember they used
this
to
is a
have that
lot to digest.
program where they
This
would let
whole
you take
this
home
here.
that little baby doll that would cry. Remember they had that program, and the
Mm-hmm.
teens got to see what
Oh
it would be
yeah.
like to have a baby. That little baby was
Remember that?
aggravating as hell, wasn't it? Mm-mm.
Okay. And you had to carry it
Damn
around.
show stopped me.
You said what
Hmm.
now? It
It
did or did
stopped
not.
me. I ain't even play with dolls, and yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I remember
it
you had to
did.
carry.
Yeah, I waited till I told you I was married when I had mine. Yeah.
You know what? Do you think that actually educated us on having sex as teens, or just was it Did it work?
Hell yeah. It was literally everywhere about AIDS, STDs. It was in the music. It was on the TV. We definitely got more of an education. And there are contraceptives that are available for us now that
Uh,
wasn't in like the 40s and the 50s.
right. So what do you think about now, Mona? They're talking about Justice Thomas and these conservatives are trying to put a ban. I heard you talking about gay since Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Now they want to look at, you know what I'm saying, gay
It's
marriages and all this other
always,
stuff.
I mean, shit, it's always gonna be that those radicals that's gonna try to instill a fear factor and say, "Oh, look, they finna throw the baby out with the bathwater." I get it; it's possible. Ain't nobody think Roe versus Wade would be overturned. So
Now
yeah,
that's
it's possible.
cool.
But if we thinking like that, then what is it that we should be doing to protect ourselves and be responsible for ourselves? Like I can't, and I know some people like, oh no, the government should take care of me. No, really though. Like, don't you want to be the person that's in charge of your own destiny, your own fate, taking care of
Mm-hmm.
yourself? You really don't need nobody for shit. Like I know
Definitely.
I do. And I've been in positions of in need in life and I ain't like it very much. It was uncomfortable. But it's possible. I don't give a fuck if they take away gay. I think they should take away all marriage. I don't want nobody telling me that if I get divorced, I got to get somebody else that we couldn't even be friends long enough to maintain a marriage. I got to get him a certain amount of my salary. Alimony, fuck alimony. Like,
You know what? That
and
is
I
true.
don't
Because
know, I
only
don't know what gays signed us up for this type of shit here,
mm,
but fuck y'all too. We will fight.
you
We
know
will
what?
do it just
That's
fine
true.
without marriage.
I think that
Oh
this
gosh,
is
I'm
something
just
I always
playing,
thought
y'all.
about. You're married before you even go in front of the once you get your marriage license, you already technically married. Okay, the preacher can just
You
sign
mean
it.
emotional? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
that's
got to say the
two sides
vows
to
and
it.
shit.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that you shouldn't have to. I think the only reason why that is legal like that, and you have to have you legally married, is so A, for taxes, and
Well,
B, it's a money thing. It's a money thing.
yeah,
Why?
because it would present so many challenges, especially with bill collectors, if they didn't know
Mhm.
who your legal spouse was. Because once you marry somebody, you marry them and their debt as well as their riches. So if
That
they have incurred some type of debt, I think it has to be during the marriage, but you'd have to prove that. Then you could be left responsible for it if that person passes away. I don't, that's to me, when I look at a marriage license, that's what I see. Do I love you enough? You want to know if you really love a motherfucker? Or do you love them enough to take over their badass credit and to be
mm,
responsible for that? Do you really love that 300 credit score, nigga? Think about it. That's a
okay.
responsibility. You lie to me, and this is just my personal feelings. The government can't marry me or divorce me from nobody. My heart does that. Spiritually, I
Right.
do that. So when I make up my mind that we ain't married no more, you can go and get
Mm,
the hell out of Dodge. I don't give a fuck what papers say. I mean, the bill collectors might, but take care of
you
it
know
too. So
what?
I don't know.
Exactly. I don't think the court should be intervening. And if I'm married to you, I'm married to you.
People's
I want
love
to be.
life.
I want
I
to get
mean, but
love like
then
that.
on the other hand, you'll have those people that may be responsible for something because they are married, or maybe that shouldn't be a thing. Maybe we shouldn't make another human responsible for your mistakes or your mishaps in life just because they want to love you for the rest of y'all life. Like, ain't that kind of weird itself? Like, because if I love you, then if you owe these people all this money, now I got to give them my hard earned money. Like, y'all really be putting love to the test, don't them?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Check this out. Let's get on the overturn of Roe v.
Child
Wade.
support, you marry somebody that's paying child support, they don't pay their child support, they can come after you, and you ain't even make them damn babies.
And then people that not paying the child support are facing jail time. So you're gonna have increased the prison climate is gonna go up. And I'm telling this is the thing, you're gonna see travel. Watch the travel. Those who have struggled in the past are going to be forced into possibly untenable situations to travel great distances or could be forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy to term. Okay? What about child abuse? Have y'all thought about child abuse? People that don't want to have babies but got pregnant and forced to have a baby, be mad as hell. They not thinking about that either. Some people just don't want kids. What about hysterectomies? Okay, what about that? Is that a form of birth control? Women may want to get a hysterectomy now, and so now you're risking your life for surgery. This shit is horrible. I don't. They did not. How can a man decide what a woman wants anyway? Hmm. 22 states have so-called trigger laws or amendments to their state constitutions that would ban abortion as quickly as possible since Friday. They already had them on the books. 13 states have immediate trigger laws that ban almost all abortions immediately once Roe is overturned. Those states are Arkansas, Idaho, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, Kentucky, Louisiana, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. If you live in those states, I suggest we all pay attention to our local news, but definitely those states right there. That's because now life has changed. Life has definitely changed. Where did Mona go? I was reading and she dropped off. Okay. Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Michigan, South Carolina, Texas, West Virginia, Alabama, and Ohio also have laws that would ban abortion, but they would not go into effect immediately.
So Dory, can you catch us up where we were? I've been working and it's kind of hard for me to hear with these customers.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I missed, y'all. Sorry about that.
This is what this means, okay? Like we have to. This is knowing what's going on, okay? Just okay. The Pro-Abortion Rights Guttmacher Institute estimates that 33 million U.S. women of childbearing age live in states that have laws on the books or set to be implemented that will ban or heavily restrict access to abortion. 33 million
I have
women.
A question. When they say access to abortion, what's access? That's an operable word. What is it blocking? It's blocking access. What does access mean? Because it seems to lend the idea that it's going to prevent you from being able to get to physically. But what is that access? Is that monetary? Is that money? Are they giving you money there? Are you supporting some other way? Because that access, whatever access means contextually right there, that's what they're blocking. And it's not preventing you from walking to the building.
Well, you can
because
go to
it's not criminal.
You can go to another state. Now, there's clusters of states. I'm looking at the map. I had the map. Okay. Now this is the problem. Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is saying right here.
Preventing access. Read that sentence again for me, Tima, please.
Huh?
Can you read that sentence for me again? The one where you said they blocking access.
Okay, I'm going to read the paragraph before it. Those who have struggled in the past, those who have struggled in the past are going to be forced into possibly untenable situations to travel great distances, or could be forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy to term. Says this legal
heaven forbids.
Now here's what I'm reading over. The Pro-Abortion Rights Guttmacher, whatever, Institute estimates that 33 million U.S. women of childbearing age live in states that have laws on the books or set to be implemented that would ban or heavily restrict access to abortion.
Ban or heavily restrict access to abortion. So it kind of emotionally, it makes you feel like they're going to say you can't have them at all. Like it makes us feel like they're saying we're going to take you to jail if you try to get an abortion. But no, they're saying they're going to restrict possibly, maybe, either in fact or going to put into effect. That's a whole bunch of fear factor shit to get you emotionally riled up. And then they're going to restrict, not even ban, but restrict access. I'm telling you, most of that access is the government paying for the abortions. They tired of paying the money. They don't want to give us no money.
That's all this is about, is $1 damn bill. $1 bill, because I didn't even realize until a moment you stated that.
And ain't we supposed to be going to war with somebody when it's like some tensions or something between us or Britain or some shit? I wouldn't be surprised if Roe versus Wade came back with some kind of bill for a war kind of embedded into it towards the end of its pages.
Oh, they're gonna figure
like
out
this reek of some bullshit.
I do believe, this is gonna go.
They've become so predictable.
Thank you. That's the predictability of it all. Okay, 22 states have so-called trigger laws or amendments to the state constitutions that will ban abortion as quickly as possible after Supreme Court ruling. So as of Friday, 22 states. 13 states have immediate trigger laws that ban almost all abortions immediately once Roe v. Wade is overturned. Those states are Arkansas. Now look at the cluster.
Well,
Look at
you
the cluster.
can't do that immediately, right? You gotta give Congress time to respond, right? So immediately it's
Look,
not like possible, is it?
no, yes
Somebody
it is.
look that up for me.
Yeah,
I mean, immediately, I
that,
guess what it's a relative term because immediately makes me think the moment Roe versus Wade was overturned, as of
that
12:01 a.m., all
that is
abortion ceased. So is nobody getting an abortion today? Are the abortion
nobody's getting
clinics
an
still
abortion.
open?
I can tell you one place. I can tell you a few places they're not getting an abortion: Arkansas, Idaho, Mississippi,
No, but
Missouri.
what's the process though? I thought Congress is allowed to have a say on the whole thing as
They
far as like.
that there you go, Mona. Now you see the play in our face bullshit. Now you see this
Words
is
is
a moment.
everything.
Their Congress is not going to stamp this shit, y'all. You know this is finna go back. Now
I
Congress
don't
has.
know. I don't know these days. You just
That's
never
what I was
know.
trying.
And
There's no
messing with the
way in
United
hell they're
States
gonna say.
government, honey. Oh yeah.
Listen, the
We
lobby.
got a man with Alzheimer's
I was waiting for
and a
somebody
black girl
to.
that don't even love us in the office. They'll go for about anything right about now. They desperate.
Ain't no two ways in hell. Okay, Nancy Pelosi and all them gonna go for this bullshit. You're not gonna have. 1973 was when Roe v.
Nah,
Wade.
not Nancy. Nancy about it. I think Nancy might be willing to put a hit on somebody if they if they got it her way.
Now you
Nancy look
think
like she don't
outside
play.
the box. This shit right here got us up in arms. It's
Y'all
a
don't quote
news
me on that.
cycle. It's real, but will it last? It's real, but will it last is the
And will
question.
it really affect most of us? Like, who is this
Exactly.
really affect? And I get fighting for other people's rights. I definitely try to do that too when I feel the movement. But who is
And
this
I'm
really
sure
affecting? And is it a possible way to combat all of this? I think continued education. I think it would have been better if they gave, people a little bit more time to phase out the access to
mm-hmm.
get an abortion and certain contraceptives. I think, over some years, a process so that we can educate our people. And I know I'm sounding more like Harriet Tubman than a politician, but I really think we should seize every opportunity to grow and evolve as a people
Yeah.
for the future generations, if nobody else. And that's always on my thoughts at the end of the day.
No, exactly. I'm glad you said that about Congress. I wanted to open up a discussion
Well, I
so
don't know I don't know how much is factual. Like, I'm not that political, so I don't be knowing a lot. I be knowing high level shit like everybody else. So y'all
mm,
look that up. But I could have sworn that we had a little time had to go. I don't know if they get 3 days or 7 days or 30 days, but I thought Congress can respond to the situation and delegate.
they
I,
can.
I thought it was something they were supposed to do. What the hell do they do? When they gotta work for like a whole year, they was on strike or some shit. Are they
They
back at work now?
hell if I know. I haven't been paying attention. That's the whole purpose of me doing this damn live stream is get my mind back on something of importance instead
They
of
went on quarantine before COVID.
yeah. So I
Wait,
thought
did they?
no. I think they're in session. They're in session.
Were
I have,
they in session before COVID? Was that before the COVID quarantine
yeah,
or after the
I think
COVID quarantine when they was like on strike?
yeah. I think with they're looking at the insurrection situation now. I really have been out of the loop. That's why I said to myself, let me get online and start talking about something of importance instead of calling somebody a bitch and a damn hoe every 5 damn seconds. So let me talk about
Yeah.
something. Okay, here's Triple L. I'm not
Okay,
gonna be
came
here
back.
much longer. I'm not gonna be here much longer. Y'all, I'm gonna get my
Did
day
you get
started.
caught up, Triple L? Back alley abortion is gonna be in full demand. Black cohorts. Y'all
Yeah.
better get with y'all witch doctors. Y'all tripping. It's some women that, especially if you near New Orleans, that
Okay,
I mean, I don't know
okay.
everything. Don't let me stop not say that because somebody gonna say Mona encouraging people to do illegal A words. No, no, no. I'm just saying, know your body, know what you need. Think about it. What would we be doing if the government were not here? If we didn't have these type of technologies, what did our ancestors do? Because they did it. They did everything we do.
I suggest people start using contraceptives. I know one damn thing.
I suggest y'all get choosy with your coochie.
I
Okay.
think
A little bit more choosy.
somebody said abortion used to be the birth control. I think that speaks volumes right there.
It did. I done heard so many girls, like you know how your neighborhood would know of like certain girls that had like some crazy number of abortions, like 5 or 6, and that whole like I grew up in the '90s, and I used to hear the older girls talk about, or if I get pregnant, I'm gonna just get abortion, or they used to trick a nigga out of $350 and say they needed to get an abortion, and they really wasn't even pregnant the whole time. Like that was looking back on my childhood, I think abortion and pregnancy termination was spoken on a little bit too much, like a little too often and freely. It felt unbalanced.
You just reminded me of something. My
Well,
niece. Hold on, I got a customer.
okay. Remind him to tell the story about his niece when he come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
If
But
I was y'all, if I were you all, I'd be stocking up on my damn contraceptives, okay, or clean.
get get choosy with your coochie.
Get choosy. Then how I like that slogan. Get choosy with your coochie, because you better.
Mm.
And I'm surprised that Virginia doesn't
Like
have.
he fine, but do I really want to have his baby? Because I'm telling you, if I was to get
Ooh,
pregnant right now, and I know I said this before, if I was to get pregnant and you leave me, you gonna be a single father. Go ahead and
that
take your little nappy head ass baby with you. Nope, I'm not doing it.
father say you gonna be
Not
a
even
single.
much. No, you're gonna be a single father. I'm making single daddies around this bitch. Don't
I
even
don't
play with
blame
me.
you. I blame you. I don't blame you. Okay, Mama was a Rolling
I'm gonna
Stone.
be there. I'm gonna be there.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But that's gonna be their primary place of residence, sir. With you, they daddy.
That
Ain't
part.
nothing wrong with that. Fathers are great. I don't know why we treat
Okay.
fathers like they're incapable of raising kids. If we can do it, they can do it. And ladies, we're not doing that good of a job at it, apparently, according to statistics. So,
Apparently we keep on. This is going to change the way we live. This is
like
our
50 Cent say, have a baby by me, baby, be a
be a
millionaire.
millionaire.
Like,
Oh
have
shit!
a baby by me, brother, be a
Ooh.
single father.
You know what, Mona? I said, and I'm not being funny, but some dudes be making they woman get abortion. And then you have abusive
Yeah.
situations where they
Hmm.
know that you get
But
somebody
you know
pregnant.
what? You know
Ooh,
which kind is kind of worse to me though?
what?
What about the men who want the baby, but the woman doesn't want the baby for superficial reasons, like she ain't ready or something like that, but she's carrying his baby and he has no right to it. He can't even make her keep it because it's her body.
Mm-hmm.
So now he got to live with that on his conscience that she killed his child. That's the way he gonna look at it. Yeah, I've seen
How
some
about
of the brothers have to go through that and
ooh,
really wanted their baby.
how
Yeah.
about the women that don't want any more kids, can't get contraceptives, and the man just sitting up there pumping all up in her like talking about, and she got baby after baby after baby after baby, and then you know what? Don't let them be not
Well,
financially.
is she taking care of her babies? Because if they taking care of their
Ooh,
babies, you can have all the babies you
ooh.
can afford,
I
ma'am.
just too many damn scenarios with this bullshit. She can't even sneak to get an abortion or may end up risking her life getting a back alley abortion. They know they need to cut this shit out. They need to cut this. This is too much. Too
Y'all
much.
really think women gonna be looking at back at it? Y'all.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
When
You
they
know why I shut up
rebuild
though?
it.
Because it was a
Ooh.
time. It was a time. I remember when all the drag queens and transgender women back in the day used to have injected into their bodies what was called slab. We used to call it slab colloquially, and they used to get it in their cheekbones when they get their body altered back in the day, right? Like I'm
Mm-hmm,
talking like the '90s, '80s when you seen drag queens with booties and titties.
mm-hmm.
They injected that slab, and I'm not really sure
Fix
what
flat.
all it was made of, but they called it
Fix flat.
slab.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all of that, like whatever they probably that was gooey, ooey, and they could put in a syringe. So
Yep.
if you would have asked me then, would that practice have taken off, and millions or thousands of black women would have been going in hotel rooms getting injected with this shit, not having no real doctor there, or believing this is actually a real doctor operating in a non-sterile hotel? Like I wouldn't have believed it. So I can't even say that women won't be lined up in the alley trying to get a back alley abortion. They
There you
just
go.
might. Society is just that goddamn stupid. Cause
And
look how many people get BBLs now, and they know
that
people die, and they still will go and do it in a hotel room because it's
got it.
cheaper. No,
It's
it's more
cheaper.
expensive in the long run. Even if you don't die from it right away, over the years you end up like K
You know it.
Michelle telling her story, getting sick, your whole body shutting down, like you got lupus because you got that foreign shit injected into you.
That's
Like
right.
that's
You
stupid.
know what's so crazy too, y'all?
I don't
And now,
even like BBLs. I don't like the ones that's
but
done the right
you
way
picked
either
up my
because
thoughts.
I don't like the idea that it's in society. Ain't nothing wrong with small booties, y'all. They cute too.
They finna,
And I
wait.
got a big ass, so
Oh,
I'm not
you
jealous.
don't think listen, it's too
You
many,
can
the
have some
country
of
is
my
now
ass if you want
divided.
some.
Check this out. The
Oh wait, no, you
country,
can't. My bad. That came
I
out
mean, I
wrong.
cut you off. My bad, Mona. I mean, the country has now been divided over this. Also, you made a good point, Mona. Let's talk about it. You don't think that these abortion
Let's talk
clinic
about
doctors
it.
have a plan B? And I'm not talking about the contraceptive plan
Oh
B.
yeah, it's a lot of them doctors. See, some of them
They not
doctors
going
will
to
be
say,
down
honey,
to get a hotel room and some shit like this. Ain't no telling.
you know, because where
But
there's a
remember
will,
what I
there's a way.
told you, how much it costs to have that medical procedure, which is a termination of
That's what I'm talking
pregnancy.
about.
It does not cost $350. That's probably not even the surgeon's salary for that instance. So
Thank
it
you.
costs thousands and thousands upon dollars. So even if the government restricts your funding, your access to funding to be able to get that abortion, y'all not gonna be able to afford it. Most of
Yeah,
them not even having is not having a baby because they can't afford to bring a baby into this world. You ain't gonna be able to afford that abortion either. So
can you
I don't
imagine?
think I don't see too many doctors actually doing that. I think they'll start doing something else.
Oh no, economics. You're gonna have these
Mm.
kids busting people in the goddamn head, okay, for $1 bill because they
What?
can't get pregnant. Shit. I think about all that, y'all.
Wait, what? You said like killing somebody who pregnant with your baby because you wanted them to get rid of it?
Right, or orphanage and look,
Do
oh
you
yeah,
think our
somebody,
society is really that depraved that
I'm
the murder
seeing
rate so
something,
high?
y'all. I keep
What you
hearing like
seeing?
cultural ethics and morality, like how your parents raised you and stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then I'm hearing about like my niece. She basically to live on the government for the rest of her life because the situation.
Uh-huh.
She had the babies to live off the government.
Oh, so like she get a check and then she get like SSI or something for each one of the kids. And you know, when girls be in that situation, now granted, I wouldn't disability shame nobody. So if any of your kids actually do have developmental issues, by all means, get all the funding available to you. I'm not in no place of judgment. If you on welfare because you done had kids young, they was surprised you need time to go to school, get your life together so you can make a decent salary. That's fine. Make it work for you. But if you've gotten to a place where you've decided that what you want to do is sit around and do nothing and live off the government, that breaks my heart because evolutionarily speaking, we are only strong as our weakest link. And if our weakest link has given up on life, given up on goals, given up on dreams, just to live on welfare is so fucking oppressive and enabling. Y'all have no idea. And I know some
you
people like
know,
it ain't that serious because your own
yes
experience.
it
Think
is.
about how many people will never try to be nothing more. Think about all those minds that could have enriched, could have helped us grow, that just
Yeah,
gave up. That is enabling.
indefinitely.
It's a
Okay.
detriment to the black community. We need more
Yeah.
of us doing well. We left the door open. It's a rock in the door.
Education.
We just waiting for the rest of y'all to wake up.
I truly believe that this is a mind screw because, I mean, it's reality, of course, but I think Congress will probably, this is going to be something else to watch, y'all, to see our federal government and our state government starts interacting with each other. You're going to be able to
Mm.
tell who's for what and who's so. This took the band-aid off of cover up on civil liberties. You're going to be able to see what Supreme Court justice stands for this, who's liberal, who's conservative, et cetera, et cetera. This opened up so much. Pay attention. Pay attention is what I'm
I have faith that Congress is going to do what is ever potentially beneficial
saying.
for
Have
them to
to.
do.
We're
Like
not
we
now.
keep thinking of this like emotions, like who for you against you, y'all. It ain't even about that. These people vote the way that's more beneficial for them, their position, and on a greater scale, the people that support them. So if
Mhm.
we want to win at this game, you got to figure out how to be more of value, more
Yeah,
valuable and beneficial to level the playing field. And we can't do that if everybody's not participating, growing and enriching each other.
that's so true.
So
That's very true. So, anyways, anyone have any last minute comments? Because I think we have went over a lot. I think and I'm so proud of us that we're having an adult conversation. We're not arguing. The beach sector has been very, very, very boring. I must say. Okay, I'm glad that we're talking about real issues on the app that's affecting us. So, Mona, you have any last minute words you want to say? Triple L.
I'll be live later at Mona Simone ATL on Instagram. That's at Mona Simone ATL on Instagram. Simone with the Y.
And
I
you
may
did
talk a little bit about Roe versus Wade, but probably not too deeply.
that. That's
Maybe.
good. I will be there. I will be there this time. Mona also has downloaded her live from yesterday. And once again, that's at Mona Simone ATL on all social media platforms. Triple
Come see
L
me without a filter.
without a filter, looking. Oh wow, Diamond! Don't say how beautiful Mona is.
Are you
Okay,
talking to yourself?
yeah,
Did you just
I
remind
defer
yourself out loud?
her. Yeah, she looked really nice. You looked really nice, and it was a
Oh,
fun
I
live.
was so tired too. I had a full day yesterday.
Yeah,
I fell
you,
asleep. And my apologies for anybody that I was supposed to get in contact with after the live, but the Sandman came and he took me on up out of here. I was gone.
yes,
I
I had
meditated. I think I fell into sleep from my deep meditation.
yesterday was just I had so many. I was on Lovely Love's live, and then I had to take care of some stuff, and then I was just knocked out. I think Pizarro wanted P and Lady Nika was in my
P went
comments.
live last night. I missed
Yeah, people
her.
went live, and guess what people was talking
Man,
about?
I keep missing her. Who? What?
Girl, she was talking about. I think Cookie was on there. The B sector finally got
Uh-huh.
to hear the shenanigans of misunderstood. You know,
Oh.
yeah,
So Cookie
finally.
came up and set the record straight.
Yeah, some stuff we already
Okay.
knew about her blaming another content creator, Suge, the king of content, of being a pedia, you know? No, and
Pedialyte.
I'm so glad that the B sector is hearing how this woman be setting up black men. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm too mature to be going back and forth about somebody else's goddamn business. I've made my stake. I drew my line in the sand. I told you I'm not going to champion. Bougieville, Dr. Divas, we're not going to champion the train wreck. What go up always gotta come down. This ain't right. These people ain't right. And I'ma stand on the side of my moral compass. I can't indulge in that shit. But it's good to know that people
I'm
are
so
ready.
proud of you. Look at you
I am
growing this shit. Just growing up right before my very eyes.
I'm just special. I'm so special. Yes, I am so over the set of
Short
drama.
but special. I'm just playing.
Sure, but yeah, okay, little toot, beep, beep. But yeah, I just want to say that I'm so proud of myself as well, and I'm proud of you all that we're doing real content about the real issues and not getting involved in the mess. The mess is always going to be there, but we got to be mature at some point, and this is the time for maturity, especially the climate of what's going on with women's rights. This is a channel that's surrounded around women's elevation. Calling each other bitches and hoes is not elevating each other. And so I just
But it's
can't do
so
it.
fun sometimes.
It is fun.
Like,
We can drag it by the dozens, but
yeah.
when I sit on live and someone tries to equate sexual harassment with transgender, I said
Oh
I
yeah,
can't.
no, that that
That
was
was
a
like,
riot. That was
what?
a hoot.
That was
I
woo.
didn't know you'd be having comedians up here, girl. I should come
I
more
said,
often.
but no, what was so funny about the whole thing was when you said, you was like, she goes, what did I say to offend you? It wasn't her disrespecting the community, the gay community. It was the fact of the matter she insulted us.
She
That was,
thought I was gonna be like, "How dare you insult the gay community?" I was
oh
like, "No,
God.
bitch, you call me stupid." Like,
And no,
no.
still positivity, y'all. Please go see that and get your
Like,
Kiki on. This girl asked
yeah,
Mo,
the brain is not stupid, girl. I was in my feelings. Let her tell it.
yes. It wasn't the fact that she just totally disrespected the entire community that pissed Mona off.
Which
She goes,
that was completely dumb too. But
that shit was crazy. Mona
she
goes,
talking
so
about, ain't you supposed to be the brain, girl?
but the way she said it, like I remember just like
And
yesterday.
her
She was,
voice was quivering, so it was like I didn't know how
yeah,
to
she had the
feel because
courage. She had the
I'm a
courage.
bully's bully. I don't bully people, so when I see people are afraid of me, I be like, oh, look at them with their little bitty courage. So her
Exactly.
voice was shaking everything, so I wasn't mad. Like she couldn't give me enough energy to like rub my energy the wrong way. Like the girl was quivering before my eyes, but trying
Yes,
to make a stand. And I hate you.
right.
I ain't got no serious God complex, y'all. But that just no, I wasn't mad at her. But don't call me stupid. Don't insult me because I'm pointing out that your analogy is flawed.
Positivity,
You know,
positivity.
you want to run with the brain, huh? It didn't call the brain stupid. She tried it. Y'all know she
She
tried
tried.
it.
Look, and then she had to get courage. She's like, okay, I
Yeah.
gotta. She talked out loud to
She
herself.
said that out loud. I got to get the
Yes.
courage to talk to you. Now, how am I gonna be mad at that? That's so cute.
Oh
How
my
am I get
God.
mad?
Only on the internet positivity, Miss
I might
Reyes.
even let her get a few off because she had the courage to say it. Like,
Get courage. Trying to go up
mhm.
against Mona Simone. She
God protects the babies and the fools. And I ain't even no big bad guy, but I'm gonna be the villain, I guess.
girl, I couldn't
Girl,
even
if these people really knew like how sweet I really am, I don't even know. I like being a villain. They be telling some really cool stories about me. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like being a villain because the real
okay.
me is not that it's not that lit.
The cloud chase on your name, the cloud chase on your name alone. Like I always put up a barrier. Every time I see somebody around you, Mona, you know the first thing I think. I said, what do they want? You know, I know who our solid two people are that don't cloud chase, but who doesn't cloud chase off Mona Simone ATL?
I mean, I don't mind if I fought with you. I believe every boss should utilize it, all of their resources, every resource in their repertoire. So if I am your friend and you can make money off the fact that we are authentic and genuine friends, then you better get your motherfucking money. I'll be all in the video. I don't have no problem. And I'm gonna expect the same thing from you. I feel like friends should help each other out. But the
Exactly.
problem is we throwing that friendship on label on people that don't deserve it and haven't earned it.
Right.
So
And here's
don't do
another.
that.
That's true. That's true. And that's I'll do some more poll questions too for you all to answer. I mean, I have a lot of them up there. I'm gonna keep cranking out the poll questions today, and then we're just gonna have one live stream where we discuss the answers. There's some of them are some of them could be little sexual in nature, but it's about relationships, about love. And I want to promote somebody too, Brooke Valentine, CEO. She go check out her page. She's offering because listen, I'm champion Black women entrepreneurs. Brooke Valentine for $59.99 or something like that is offering a course on YouTube 101. I guess being a content creator, you guys go check that out. If you think it's worth it, definitely sign up. She must have something to say, and she's been in a teaching kind of mode, so that's a good thing. I'm trying to think, is anybody else doing something, Mona, that we can promote? It's
Nicole Reloaded has been coming live a bit more frequently, so make sure y'all subscribe over there. My Miss Stranger Things page is up. You can look down my community wall, and I'm sure I shared something from it, so you can subscribe to that as well. Yeah, but I most likely on Instagram.
Yeah, you know that shit. That you are so good on Instagram, Mona. I know we be missing
Thanks,
you over
man.
here on YouTube, but you are very, very good. I love when you remix stuff like that. You just
Mm-hmm.
do it so perfectly. Some people just have it, and you are one of the people that just has it.
The
You know,
je ne sais quoi.
the je ne sais quoi of it all. The je ne sais quoi of it all. So anyway, y'all, I'm going. So at Mona Simone ATL, Triple L. We got. Let me see his name up here. Hold on a second.
You didn't let him give his final thoughts because he had
I'm
dropped
waiting.
down.
Come back. He working. Well, yes,
Hey
Okay.
man.
y'all, I gotta go. If we too busy at
Oh,
work, but I want to end
okay.
with this. It seems like it's pulling both sides. There's gonna be positives and negatives toward this uh, uh,
Roe
Roe
versus
versus
Wade.
Wade thing. It's gonna be like give and take. Um, it's just a very hard topic because it's so much divisiveness and
Mm-hmm.
money involved, and it's my way. The Mr. Clarence man, has he's really put a bad taste in my mouth in
Thomas
all different
Clarence.
types of ways.
Yeah.
So I think it's not a dead horse. It's
Mm-hmm.
mainly just complicated.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I'll
Terrence
see y'all.
Thomas,
Okay,
motherfucker.
thank you, Trip.
Thank you, Triple.
Y'all make sure y'all follow and subscribe to Triple
Yes.
L, Mr. Live, Laugh, Loving as well.
Yeah, exactly. Triple L's community board is so freaking awesome. Y'all, it comes a point in time where we have to address the real issues that's going on in our lives, especially as women. I think it's
Mhm.
important. And Triple L made a good point. He said, I think it was Suey that said, what if we took away the right to have sex? Like, you just stopped having sex.
Mhm.
That would be
I'm gonna
awesome.
be in prison.
Okay.
I'm going down,
Can you
literally.
imagine?
I'm going
What if
straight to
all women?
jail.
What if all women said they would put their clink clink? Okay, or it wouldn't. Oh, I would be on the right side of the coin because yeah, that part. Woman to
I'm
woman
all
action.
pro us being more sexually responsible. And this is coming from someone who is polyamorous and pansexual. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean that I'm an actual slut or so promiscuous that I put my life in danger. None of that is true. And I'm whole positive. Like I like the idea of sexual freedom, but I think we should just be more responsible as people. Yeah, fuck who you want, but be responsible with what comes out of that. Whether it's a baby or STD, that's your business. You got to handle that.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta handle it. I mean, I think this is gonna force people to be more responsible, especially if you guys look at the map with all the bands and how it's cluster states, Mona. It's
Mhm.
clustered. So like I was looking at it. Say you live in Texas, you
I'm
got
making single daddies all 2023.
you got
Single
big
daddies.
Texas. Woo! You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. I'm sitting there looking at you guys. I put it on my community board. Definitely go look at the
I
map.
see a baby daddy pickup in the hospital
Okay.
lane. You know how we picking up the baby, all
Can
the
you
fathers coming to get their kids. And they
Oh,
finna have to take
those
home.
parents that walk out the hospital after having them youngins that leave a baby in there. Adoption rates are gonna go up. People
I
that
know it happens, guys. I know people
hey,
accidentally get pregnant or are forced into a situation. I don't agree with that about people being forced into a situation. And I also am empathetic towards people who have been raped
mhm,
and stuff like that. But for the margin of us that are irresponsible, that just out there fucking using abortion as a backup, and know that I'm
mhm,
not saying that that's the majority of people who have abortions, but it kind of begs the question when we having so many of them and everybody know the consequences of sex, especially unprotected. And this what we
right.
still doing? That it's like $1 billion industry. I mean, I'm pro-choice. Do what you want to do with your vagina. What I do with mine is my business. What you do with yours is yours. If I ain't licking it, sucking it, or fucking it, it's not my business. But be responsible for all your business, your vagina, your baby, your medical bills, da da da.
Guess what this is? Now, see, Alabama is one of those states that would not allow abortions from the moment of conception, except if the person's life is in danger. That's Alabama right there. Listen to this, y'all. Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Ohio would not allow abortions after 6 weeks, while Missouri has laws in place that would ban abortions after 8 weeks unless the person's life is in danger. What if you don't even know
Well,
you are pregnant? Oh, the
unless the
scam
person's life is in danger, so y'all know what to do. He
in Texas, and this
gonna
is what
kill me.
can you imagine a teenager in Texas banned virtually all abortions after 6 weeks? It went into effect in September
That's
after
6 weeks is a month and a half, y'all.
so this
Most
been
people don't
on.
even find out they pregnant till a month, till
Mm,
like a
mm,
month, a
mm.
little bit out. That's right around the time most people find out. I don't think that's too late for black cohosh. Wink wink.
Yeah, exactly. Ginger, black cohosh, all that shit. Listen to this. Oklahoma has the strictest anti-abortion measures in the United States. Wow. Oklahoma Governor Kevin
I'm finna
Stitt
go
is a
get some
Republican.
stock in black cohosh. Yes. Hold on, let me check
Wow.
to see if they got.
Listen to this. Oklahoma signed a bill that banned abortion at conception. As soon as you're pregnant, you cannot. At conception, when the sperm meets the egg. The law also prohibits physicians from performing abortions at any point in the pregnancy unless it's necessary to save the
Are
pregnant
these
person's
real
life.
laws? Are these the laws that was on the books before Roe versus Wade came about? Are these like the old 1940s and
These
50
are, these
laws?
are now these are 1973 was Roe versus Wade, but the states
Mm-hmm.
still have. See, people got to remember something. Just because it's federal law don't mean the states don't have the right.
Well, yeah, the Roe versus Wade is what prevents them to be able to criminalize these acts that the individual states have in
There
place.
you go.
Those states may not still feel that way, but yeah, I can imagine there was a lot of law against abortion and things of that nature individually per state. And when Roe versus Wade came about, then that prevented them from using those laws, because now it's a governmental right. So not only access to financial, also access to, in some states, they won't be able to get an abortion at all. So,
At all.
yeah.
Oklahoma, you cannot.
And even though I still stand by what I said, we do need, even though this is fucked up, I can agree with y'all there, we still need to be sexually responsible. Let's have that conversation too.
Right. And I see that they have somewhere, the law does stipulate several exceptions, including cases in which a fatal I can't say that word. Fatal abnormality is found on a fetus, or an abortion is needed to save the life or prevent serious injury to a pregnant person. So some women can die from becoming pregnant because, say for example, they have some type of illness. Okay, it is depleting their body, because the baby does. You have to take your vitamins. You got to eat more. That's what eating for two and all that stuff is all about. So there is risk to being pregnant. Some women just can't have children. They get gravely ill, and so, but they still want to have sex. And Angie says, yes, Mona, I agree.
Sexually responsible.
Sexually responsible. This is which is needed. That, let's not refute that point.
Yeah.
Responsible sex, especially with STDs and things of that nature, you should be responsible. Let's not forget that. I don't think that overturning a law, you should be responsible whether Roe v. Wade was overturned or not. Back when my son was born, it cost $900 a month, and that was years ago, to raise a child at minimum. Imagine how much it is now, 21 years later. It was
$5,000 a month.
That far. You got college. It's expensive. It's like you might as well be paying college tuition with
the food alone, daycare. Oh my god!
Exactly. So
it's single daddies all 2023.
You should not have a kid until you.
Let me stop saying that.
You should have a kid until you can afford it. Wait, let's see what Angie said real quick. Angie, I work in the field of obstetrics and gynecology, and you'll be amazed at the women that come in there with the infections in 2 weeks. Like they're going to get nails filled in and pedicure shopping. Wow.
Wow, pretty nails, pretty feet, and a rotten puss. That's nasty.
That's nasty. Angie, thank you for sharing.
We definitely need to encourage more sex.
Sexually responsible. That's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to bounce up out of here. And I think I'm good to go. I think everyone has contributed to this live stream. I'm proud of us.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Are you too, Mona? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and back you out. Let me see. Y'all, let's continue to be great together. Please pay attention to my community board. We're gonna have, hopefully this afternoon I can come back again. All right. And I want to also start going live on Instagram. And right now I'm serving face. Okay. I call this not G.I. Jane, okay, but G.I. Diamond Dory. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Pay attention to my community board. Don't forget to take the polls. And then sometimes leave comments under the polls. Let me know what you think. All right. This is just about me. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you are right here with me. Let's have a great day. Let's see. Put your comment up there really quickly. Roe v. Wade is also about privacy. It ain't no one's business if I choose to have an abortion because a woman may have the baby and she is 40-something years old. I agree, Brown Beauty. I do not think the government should be dictating what I do with my body. 50 years, we've been set back. 50. We've been set back 50 years, y'all. Let's hope Congress gets involved. Let's watch it play out. But in the meantime, in between time, let's have responsible sex. Let's practice safe sex. So that way you're not in a position to have to choose. Talk to your teenage daughters, your nieces. Talk to young girls, period. Now is the time for you all to really express what this landmark case really and truly means to young women of all colors, of all races, but especially of the Black race. It's important that we don't have generations of generations and generations on a welfare system. The sky's the limit. It really and truly is. You just got to know how to reach it. All right? All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for your time, and I'll be back hopefully later on this afternoon with another segment of On the Ave.